Hi there. So it's day 7 of the reset, Sunday, and just in case you've found this on YouTube, don't know what I'm talking about, click the link in the show notes and the video notes below, and you can jump over to my website and read all about what this program of Detox and Reset is all about, and I encourage you to dive in and do it. And yes, so for those of you who are doing the program, this is when today we start to get into the nitty gritty of what all of the recommendations are about. Okay, so I love all of this, and I hope I can sort of share with you the enthusiasm for what is lying behind all of these recommendations. Okay, so let's dig deep. And the first thing to be aware of is that this is all about our DNA and our genetic blueprint from evolution onwards. And the important message is this: yes, you really can reprogram your genes. Okay. So understanding genes and our genetic predisposition, our genes are responsible for so much of who we are, right? Now they're located on the DNA strands in our cells. There's a picture there of the DNA strands, and they orchestrate every element of the body's structure and function. The genes instigate the various activities of the body according to stimuli that's received from the environment, right? So when we're talking about stimuli, we're talking about food and movement and sunshine and sleep and stress, for example. All of these things, which of course are the elements of the program, they all trigger responses from our genes. Now, we divide genes into two different categories. There's the Homo sapiens genes and the familial genes. Now, the Homo sapiens genes provide us with all of the common attributes of humanity, right? So all Homo sapiens need oxygen, we all need sun, we all need sleep, we all have the capacity to spread. Familial genes, on the other hand, are the basis of our diversity, right? So it's our familial genes that determine whether we're able to breathe oxygen well at 4,000 meters, or how long we can stay in the sun without burning, or whether we can win gold for the 100 meters of the Olympics, right? It's it's the familial genes that provide us with the predisposition as well for cancer and asthma or diabetes. Okay, so it's the familial genes that provide us with all of our quality, our positive qualities, but they can also provide us with the predispositions for illness. Okay, the good thing to know about this is that many genes, such as those related to health and longevity, are like on-off switches, right? What this means is that they have no effect until they're activated from stimuli from the environment. So if we follow the examples above of what are we looking at, oxygen and sun and sprinting, right? Someone might have the genetic predisposition to win gold, right? But if this person lies on the couch every day and doesn't switch on the genes which are responsible for a lightning fast sprint, that latent potential will never be realized. Yeah. And so in the same way, someone may have the genetic predisposition for developing a tumor, but if those genes aren't switched on, then that person may well live a long and healthy life, right? So this is what we want to be working with, right? Immediate survival. What's important to know is that genes are concerned about our immediate survival, not long-term consequences. Okay, so they respond to the here and now. For example, right, when blood sugar levels are too high for our immediate survival, the genes responsible for blood sugar balance are activated. Insulin pulls excess glucose out of the bloodstream and puts it into storage. The genes don't know and don't care if our insulin levels are chronically high due to a high carbohydrate diet, right? Our genes just continue to respond to promote our short-term survival, even if the long-term consequences are obesity and diabetes. Okay. Now, on the other hand, when these genes receive positive stimuli from the environment, they will respond with health and strength every time. That's what they're programmed to do. Okay, so the Homo sapiens genes, slim, strong, healthy, and switched on. The genes of Homo sapiens evolved during the 2.5 million years of the Paleolithic period. Through the process of selective pressure, only the super strong and intelligent were able to survive long enough to pass their genes on to the next generation. Okay, hence, our Homo sapiens genes have certain requirements for optimal expression, right? Our Homo sapiens genes have a certain way of eating, moving, sleeping, responding to stress, and solving intellectual problems. Our Homo sapiens genes, remember they're the ones that are identical for all human beings, are so intrinsic to our nature that they'll always respond with strength, health, and well-being if they receive the right stimuli from the environment, so much so that they can remedy familial predispositions for adverse health problems. Now, the predispositions may be present, right? But if they're not given the opportunity to express themselves, they'll remain dormant. So even if your family has a history of arthritis and diabetes and heart disease or cancer, it doesn't mean that you are destined to follow in their footsteps. You can choose to turn on the positive genes and turn off the negative genes, okay? And this is a great relief to us. So how much time do we need to do this, right? Because genes respond instantly to stimuli, negative gene expression can be reprogrammed by adhering to an ancestral health model for approximately 21 days, right? Approximately 3 weeks. And this is why so many of the paleo programs are based on a 3 or 4 week model, okay? In less than a month, by committing to the 5 elements of the Paleo Reset 31, eat, move, sleep, connect, and be smart, you can restore your genes to their default state. You'll see and feel the results, and you'll build the foundation for the habits that will ensure optimal long-term health, right? Now, obviously, this is not to say that we can cure disease or reach optimal weight in under a month. We're not talking about this, right? We're not even saying that we can do this ever, right? Results are individual, and the results depend very much upon where each person is starting from, right? But what we know is that by following and adopting the ancestral health model, every person can reach their highest health potential, right? So your highest health potential might mean renouncing pharmaceuticals and reversing disease, right? For other people, the highest health potential might mean winning gold at the Olympics. And for others, again, it might be lowering weight, lowering pain levels, reducing anxiety, and reducing pharmaceutical intake. Okay, but no matter the starting point, if we activate positive gene expression, right, the results will be better health and a happier life, right? So we're talking about optimizing your health, whatever that means to you as an individual, okay? Good. Okay, so that's the discussion all about gene expression and how we can reprogram our genes. There's a little recipe link there for bacon and egg breakfast muffins. They're fantastic. They're great to take hiking or to school or to work. So that's in the recipe book, or you can click through and find the recipe. There's some recommendations there, 10 ways to reduce stress. Recommendations for move. Today is Sunday, so it's a day of play or rest. And then there's your reflection upon the past week, right? So your motivational exercise is to get into your journal and connect with the process and reflect on how this last week went. Fantastic. 1 week over. Well done. And contact me if you need to. See you tomorrow.